Hey everybody, this is Wes here, coming to you from Winder, Georgia, a trail by the name of White's Mill Park. The park is located just outside of Winder, Georgia, and there's two trails, well basically the same trail. There's two loops on the trail. One is 2 miles long, and there's a cut across that can bring it down to 1.3 miles. It's a really nice little parking area to get into. As you can see, plenty of parking. The trail is never very crowded. I come here regularly and love what we've got. When we get on the back side of the trail, there's a beautiful water section along Cedar Creek. Today it's flowing pretty good. I just went one round on it. Going to go back through again and shoot this video for you. And we're going to get started here. I'll show a little bit of the trail and show you the viewpoint when we get to it. Trust me, it is well worth the trip to make this hike out here. Like I say, it's short. You can do it a couple of times if it's too short for you, but the view is spectacular when you get to the back side. Gonna get started here. There's two ways you can go. It's either way. It's no motorized vehicles. It's either bicycles or hiking, walking trails. If you go counterclockwise, it's a little bit more incline, even though it's still very moderate. The inclines are a little bit easier on the backside if you go on the clockwise direction. We're going to go counterclockwise just because I enjoy getting a little extra push on the hills there. And here we go. I'll be back in a moment. So when you get to the edge of the trail, you can see the map. It shows you the loop that you're going to be taking. As you go down to the right, my right, you'll see that the trail kind of goes right along Highway 53. So it's a little bit of road noise right at the beginning, but you see it cuts in pretty quickly after about a quarter of a mile or so, and you get into some more secluded, quiet areas. To get to it, if you go to the right like we're going, it's 0.8 miles to get to the viewpoint, the overlook. And so if you don't want to go the whole 2 miles, just want to go a little bit shorter, you can go 0.8 miles to the overlook and just come back the same way. It's a little bit easier trail that way if you're not really wanting to do any kind of hill hiking. So here we go. You can see that the trail is pretty wide and well done. It's natural, but they do have areas where there's a chance of wash, that it's got gravel on it. So it's pretty nice, but you don't run into any pavement at all, so it's really good. I enjoy walking on the natural turf a lot more than on concrete. You can see in the background Highway 53, and that's as close as we're going to get right there. And we'll start working our way across it. As we travel on up, you can see that the trail is very wide. You're not going to get lost on this trail. There's no blazes because you don't need them. I mentioned before, you've got the two mile trek that goes around, loop that goes around to see the overview. If you're not really interested in seeing the overview and just don't want to walk the 2 miles, this is where the cutoff is. I think that the distance at this point is 1.3 miles, so you cut off a little bit if you're not up to the full hike. But just take a left right here by the transmission lines and it'll take you right back over, and you'll very easily find the trail where it picks back up. Mentioned before how nice and clear and wide the trails are. This is really a good trail for casual hikers or even people with kids. I see people out here with strollers. The terrain is such that you can push a stroller fairly easily. Good smooth surface. It's been well maintained. Not a lot of rocks and roots. A few areas that there are a few roots on the backside over there, but generally speaking, it's a very smooth trail, easy going, and little rises like this one ahead. But then it's like I say, the views are good here. So we're here at Cedar Creek at White's Mill Park, and we've had some pretty good rain over the last few days. pretty heavy rain, so the water's running a little higher than it normally does. Usually a very beautiful, oh, it's still beautiful, but like I said, the rain has got the water a little higher than normal. This is the best viewpoint of here. It's actually top of a cliff on the side here. You can kind of see the overlook here. If you do bring your kids here, be sure to keep an eye on them, because it is a little bit, excuse me, a little bit of a drop if they fall. There's no security at all. It's an unusually warm day here in Georgia, and I'm still just above the creek line, and down in this valley here you can hear all the frogs that have come out and are making a racket. Let me let you listen to that for just a minute. I was actually trying to catch a couple of deer that were running across here. I think I spooked them on the trail up ahead. I mean, they've crossed over right down here where you can see the wet spot right in the middle. Looks like a little trail there, but they went straight across and went into the woods, running a little too fast and a little bit too far away to catch on my iPhone. One of the things that I haven't really mentioned much on this hike is that there's a fair amount of wildlife. I see deer regularly on this trail. Matter of fact, a couple of months ago, there was a decent sized buck that was right up here chasing a doe up the hill that you can see right in front of me. Went up that hill and turned. The doe led him off to the left and followed the trail for about a half a mile before I lost them. But then she cut back over into the woods, and I got a couple of, crossed back over the trail, I'm sorry, and back into the woods on the left side of the trail. I was able to get some shots of the buck, camera-wise, and I'll share those photos with you as well. Okay, so I've reached the end of the trail, and I wanted to just highlight a couple of things about the trail that stick out in my mind. Number one, it's a beautiful trail. It's very well maintained, smooth, great place to bring the family. It's got a beautiful view, and get a little exercise. I hope you come out and enjoy this trail, and hope to see you. Till next time. This is Wes.